The United States is stepping up its diplomatic push to stabilize the Israel-Lebanon front. New round of talks between Lebanon and Israel is currently underway in Washington, D.C. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio held a phone conversation with Lebanese President Joseph Aoun. According to a statement released following the call, focus of the conversation remained on achieving ceasefire in Lebanon. The statement also said the discussions are continuing over the creation of a mechanism to strengthen the truce and monitor compliance on the ground. President Aoun has delivered a strong statement on Lebanon's future. He rejected the continued Israeli presence in southern Lebanon and called for an end to all forms of external influence over the country. Aoun further stated that Lebanon's only option is national sovereignty, and its only bet is on the Lebanese state. Hezbollah chief Naim Qassem is also demeaning full Israeli withdrawal, according to a timetable. The group has refused to back down until the Israeli forces retreat. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that negotiations with Lebanon are separate from Iran negotiations, and Lebanon's future will be decided by the elected government.
You can't have the end of hostilities and conflicts in the region as long as Iranian proxies are launching missiles and drones from Iraq and are participating in terrorism like Hamas did and like Hezbollah did. So I do think it's covered by the MOU, and it is an issue that will be gotten to at the appropriate time in these negotiations.
The high-level talks between the United States and Lebanon come as Israeli and Lebanese representatives begin a fifth round of talks in Washington, with the United States playing a key role. Lebanon remains a key sticking point between Donald Trump's efforts to finalize a deal with Iran. Israel has created a buffer zone in southern Lebanon. This zone roughly lies 10 kilometers from internationally recognized border. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has repeatedly refused to withdraw forces from this occupied Lebanese territory. This stance openly defies Clause 1 of the Islamabad MOU, which demands complete end of war on all fronts, including in Lebanon. However, U.S. Secretary of State Rubio has put the onus on Iran. He says total peace in West Asia rests on Iran's decision to end support to its axis of resistance.
Well, that process is separate. It's separate because Lebanon is a sovereign country. It has a government. And when it comes to Lebanon and what's happening inside of Lebanon, we're going to negotiate and deal directly with the Lebanese government. I spoke to President Aoun along with the Vice President a few moments ago, spoke to him on Friday.
Hezbollah chief Naim Qassem is also demanding that full Israeli withdrawal, and that's according to a timetable issued to Israel by Lebanon. Let's talk to our correspondent Susan Teherani. She is in Washington. I'm sorry, she's in New York. Susan, thank you very much for making time for us and welcome to the broadcast. I mentioned Washington because I was talking about the talks in Washington, and those talks are being held in the backdrop of Marco Rubio saying that the discussion about Lebanon and the issue that is going on in Lebanon has been included in the MOU. This is quite different from what the Vice President did say.
Yeah, it is very significantly different. And I think the officials in Washington, what they're trying to do at least is to bank on the sort of momentum that the Iran-U.S. Memorandum of Understanding has had to try to get a durable, lasting peace between Hezbollah and Israel. Now, the problem with that is these discussions are between Lebanon and Israel, and Hezbollah is not a party to these discussions. But they hope that they move past this ceasefire and go for something more permanent where Hezbollah would agree to it as well. However, Hezbollah activities in southern Lebanon had become a block to these negotiations and the success of these negotiations. I have a list of what they're expected to talk about. I can tell you, Eric, the discussions are focused on preventing another war on the Israel-Lebanon border, resolving remaining territorial disputes, and also addressing security concerns linked to Hezbollah. Really a broader effort to capitalize on what's happening in Iran. And we're seeing that this trip by Marco Rubio to Gulf regions is completely in line with this, trying to get the support of those Gulf countries, not only on the memorandum of understanding with Iran, but also move towards the Hezbollah-Israel issue as well.
All right, we'll wait and see what the communique will be from this meeting between Lebanon or Lebanese officials and the United States. Susan Teherani, thank you for talking to us today.